This video contains some harsh language and a bit of gore. Viewer discretion is advised.
Everybody, my name is Mr. K. Sardonicus. Welcome to my Vault of Horror. To those who are returning, welcome back. To those who are new to this channel and new to coming to my Vault of Horror, welcome, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Today, since it is now December and Christmas is upon us, I am presenting not a top 8, just 8 fantastic Christmas horror films. So without further ado, let's get going with the intro.
Bob got run over by a reindeer.
Everyone stand back. Things are about to get a little messy.
And block the chimney. 'Cause naughty or nice, Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa's sleigh.
Go ahead, kid. Let's see what Santa got you.
Alrighty. Well, let's start number 1 with a cult classic from the 2000s. This is Santa's Sleigh. Santa's Sleigh is an amazing and tongue-in-cheek horror comedy with Bill Goldberg, the WWE superstar, being a demonic version of Santa Claus. Not Krampus, but it has an entire fucking lore behind it where Santa wasn't Santa that we know. He was a demon. He was like Satan's lackey. And he's now free to do whatever the hell he wants. And he decides to kill everybody, naughty or nice. And it's funny. It's fun. It's dumb, but I love it. You know? And I seriously think that, the fact that it gets more love than it used to when it first came out really warms my heart. And it's just a fun time. And that's why I gotta give it my number 8.
Starring Edmund Purdom, who knows there are only 3 more killing days till Christmas. Don't open till Christmas. If you do, you may not see in the new year.
At number 7, I gotta give it to an underrated 80s slasher that I just recently watched. And I am so impressed by it. And this is, for the record, disclosure, this isn't a definitive list. There's definitely going to be a part 2 next year during the same time of year. So this isn't just an entire the entire list. There will be more in the future. But anyways, back to the movie at hand. Don't Open Till Christmas is just a fantastic and underrated 80s slasher that I don't want to really spoil too much about, but it is from the producers of the 80s slasher that's brutal as hell called Pieces. And if you've seen Pieces, you know what you're in for. This is a brutal fucking Christmas slasher that definitely deserves to be on your radar. And it's on multiple streaming services for free, so you have access to it everywhere. And I had to give it my number 8 because of those reasons.
You better believe in Santa, or he'll slay you.
Merry Christmas, Frank.
Christmas Evil, the night he dropped in.
At number 6, I'm giving it to another underrated 80s slasher that is not really very violent. It's not really a slasher per se. It's more psychological. So it's not really an 80s slasher, but it's an 80s Christmas horror movie called Christmas Evil, or Better Watch Out. And this movie is literally the dissection of a man who is pushed around all the fucking time and is obsessed with Santa Claus and Christmas. And his obsession becomes either in either two ways. You either think he's fucking psychotic, or you think you actually believe that he's the real Santa Claus. You don't know which is which, and it's left open-ended to make you think, wait, is this guy really insane, or has this guy really become Santa Claus? Like, what I'm seeing isn't like what? It's a mind fuck, and it's a good mind fuck, and it works. So I gotta give Christmas Evil its props, and that's why it's on my number 6 spot.
You're my family now.
Black Christmas.
At number 5, we have our first, well, actually, our only horror remake this time. And believe me, the original will be on here later on the list. But this is 2007's Black Christmas, or otherwise known as Black Xmas. This movie is fun, brutal, and just completely different from the original film. And I'm telling you, even though it's not an absolute masterpiece, it's a fun time, and it's an underrated gem, and it does something different with the story that I actually appreciate. And, considering the fact that I was a teenager around the time that these remakes were coming out, some of these ended up being pretty good, and they were the talk of my high school at the time. And so was this one. The stories about the fucking gingerbread cookies made out of skin, and all the other crazy shit that fucking happened. We talked about it. That was what we talked about. So it blows my mind that, I was able to experience that shit. And, maybe you just had to be there around my age to actually be able to appreciate them. And especially appreciate this one. But, like I said, the original Black Christmas is on this list. I just won't spoil when it's going to be on this list. But seriously, Black Xmas is a fun time, and it deserves to be at my number 5 spot.
Have you heard from the boys down at the scene yet?
They're still down there counting bodies.
At number 4, we have our first modern Christmas horror movie. This came out, I believe, in 2023. This is Joe Begos's Christmas Bloody Christmas. Christmas Bloody Christmas is a holiday classic for me now. I watch it every year ever since it came out in 2023. Joe Begos is literally one of my favorite modern indie horror film directors right now. If not my actual all-time favorite modern indie horror film director. And this isn't like a killer Santa that you've ever fucking experienced. Literally, think of it this way. Killer Santa Terminator. And I'll leave it at that. It is a blast from beginning to end, filled with punk rock music, cussing out the wazoo, just bloody, gory, just violent, just absolutely a fun fucking time with a couple of beers, you know, maybe a little bit of bud for here and there. I'm telling you, this is like literally one of the most fun Christmas horror films that I've seen in years. And I certainly hope that, you know, at some point, you know, maybe get a sequel. Maybe. I mean, honestly, it really doesn't need one. But maybe we could. I mean, look. Joe Begos, he's proven that he can do anything and make it fucking work. And I haven't even seen Jimmy and Sticks yet, and I already know that that's going to be good shit. So anyways, yeah. Christmas Bloody Christmas has to be at my number 4 spot.
You've made it through Halloween. Now try and survive Christmas. Silent night. Deadly night.
And at number 3, we have the inevitable classic that was going to be on this list. From 1984, this is the original Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, this entire franchise is a mixed bag, including the remakes. And I haven't seen the recent remake, and I don't know if I'll be able to see it in time for Christmas. But, reassured, the original Silent Night, Deadly Night is a Christmas horror classic. And it deserves to be on this spot for sure, because it is literally one of the rarest of its kind. This was an amazing, amazing time. And I seriously believe that this is going to be a classic for the rest of time. I personally love the unrated cut the most, and I've seen it quite often, and I have it on Blu-ray, and I think that it's the best way to watch this film, even with the scenes being a little choppy from time to time. It is literally one of the best Christmas slashers out there, and there's no reason to explain anymore because everybody knows the original Silent Night, Deadly Night. But if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. Go into it blind because there's tons more people that'd be able to explain it, and I've explained it plenty. And I definitely think that y'all deserve to watch this, possibly knowing absolutely nothing. I would say go into a film blind, and this is definitely one of those times. The original Silent Night, Deadly Night is a classic, and it deserves the number 3 spot.
Looking forward to the best Christmas ever, filled with fun, smiles, and laughter.
At number 2, we have another modern horror movie that is a Christmas classic now. It came out last year in 2024. This is Terrifier 3. I did not expect Sing It to Art to be as appealing as he was. Art the Clown nailed the fucking Christmas slasher after making 2 Halloween slashers. How that fucking managed to happen, that's the magic of everybody behind the fucking film. Not just David Howard Thornton, and not just Damien Leone. It's all of them. Laura Rivera, Elliot Fulham, all of them. Everybody. The whole crew. They made this movie fucking work and had tons of great cameos, but the fact that Art the Clown gave no fucks. There was shit that I saw in this movie where the jaws on the floor. I saw this in theaters. First Terrifier movie I got to see in theaters, and it was a blast. Art the Clown is as brutal as he has ever been, and the fact that you see practically everything that happens to these people, and it's not just adults that are the victims this time. Kids are literally in danger in this movie, and you practically see it all. Just wait until you see the mall scene, and you'll be completely blown away by what you see. Literally. Wink. And yeah, it's just fun. And there's little funny bits. It's darkly comedic. It's a great film. And I'm looking forward to Terrifier 4, but I know that's not going to be a Christmas slasher. But anyways, I gotta give Terrifier 3 the number 2 spot because it's literally one of the most fun times I've ever had in the movies. Just the recent couple of years. Now, before we get to number 1, I would like to ask you to please like, comment, and to subscribe. Comment what you would like to be on the next list next year, and I will definitely consider it. I've seen a lot of Christmas horror movies, but maybe there's some that I haven't seen that y'all can introduce me to. And probably by that time, I'll have already seen the new Silent Night, Deadly Night remake. So by that time, it'll be on maybe next year's list or something. But yeah, and also please hype the video. Press the hype button if it's there, so I can get in the algorithm more. Thank you guys so much. There's quite a few new subscribers on here, and I've been doing the video shorts, and recently the other day, it's the best feedback that I've had so far. So I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to keep giving you guys as much content as I can, whether it's a full video or a short. And I'll have content for you. So, without further ado, it's completely obvious what's number one because I already said that it'd be on this list. So let's not waste any more time and get to it.
Remember those idyllic scenes out of your childhood? Crisp winter nights, star bright, sleigh bells, crackling Yule logs, candlelight glistening off of shimmering Christmas trees, chestnuts roasting over open fires, carolers beneath snow-covered window ledges. Remember those. Remember them well. After Black Christmas, they'll never be the same again. Black Christmas, starring Olivia Hussey, Keir Dullea, Margot Kidder, and starring John Saxon as Lieutenant Fuller. If this movie doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight.
At number one, it had to be here. It had to be here. 1974's Black Christmas. This film is incredible. It is literally, you could say that it is the best Christmas horror movie. That's debatable, but you know, when it comes to a debate like this, sometimes I gotta agree, and this is one of them. I seriously think this is my favorite Christmas horror movie of all time. And, you know, the fact that it was directed by the same guy that did another Christmas horror movie and nailed it in that way too, in a different genre. I'm telling you, this is an incredible film. Bob Clark is an incredible fucking director altogether. You know? Like, he's done a couple horror movies, and he's also done Christmas comedy. You know? And I love his work. I love his work. And there's probably a couple more that I'm missing too from his filmography. But Black Christmas, the original, is a classic. And I watch it every year. If there's one Christmas horror movie that's mandatory before Christmas ends, it's this one. And my mom just recently watched it for the first time, and alongside my dad, and they loved it. Loved it. So, you know, there's no doubt in my mind that in many other people's eyes and in many other people's lists, Black Christmas from 1974 is number one on this list. And that is it, everyone. Like I said, comment down below what you think your favorite Christmas horror movies are, and we will add them to the list next year if it wasn't on this list. Please, guys, continue to follow me on these platforms. I promise you, you will get a bunch of new content every month. And also, be ready for my best and worst horror movies of 2025 dropping at the end of the month. So be ready for that. And until next time, Merry Christmas and see you next time.